This was, I think, one of my most viral videos on my last TikTok account, so I just figured y'all would fuck with it over here too. When you're locked up, there's something called kiting someone out. And kiting someone out is basically when a group of y'all get together and you decide you don't fuck with some shit. You all write a slip and they address it usually. I guess I'm not entirely sure. That bitch was just like, I need 7 of them slips. We're cutting that bitch out today. And I was like, I'm on board. I don't know. I have not filmed anything in like 2 weeks. Your girl is rusty. I don't know if y'all know this, but people in jail love watching true crime. So we're sitting in the pod watching our true crime shows, as we do. And this lady comes in. And she's got her, you know, blankets and shit with her. And when she walks in, you know, we greet her. We're not like that. We're not bogus. We say, hi, what's up? How are you? What's your name? What's your charges? And immediately the vibes were off. She was not reciprocating our welcoming energy. And right after she sets her blankets down, she walks up to us in the TV area and she immediately has a problem with the programming that we're watching. She's talking about some, y'all gotta turn this shit off, change the fucking channel immediately. She was all hyped up and I turn around like, girl, are you a fucking murderer? Because I feel like only a murderer will be getting this triggered by watching true crime. And when I said this story on TikTok, bitches were like, no, yeah, sorry, bitches were like, oh, well, I don't like watching true crime because it scares me. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Then you would have said, hey, I'm scared. She was mad about it. She was angry, like, turn that shit off. You know what I'm saying? Suspicious. I know she was mad and we didn't change the channel. Let me get to the second day. So the second day comes around. Yeah, I'm getting my mojo back. I don't know if you could tell in the beginning of this video, I wasn't feeling it too much. But I'm here and I'm queer, baby. The second day she was there, that ended up... So the second day she was there just so happened to be our cleaning day. I shouldn't be rolling my eyes too much because I never helped out during cleaning day. Which is funny because I'm a professional cleaner now. Yeah, professionally trained. Yeah, hire me. Y'all can hire me if you want. Email my business email in the description. Why am I talking about being a cleaner right now? Oh yeah, because when I was in jail, bitch, I was dirty. I didn't even make my bed. They would make it for me. It's not that she wasn't helping out. She was doing too much. We only had like 2 rags and 1 spray bottle. And this bitch decides that she wants to clean the inside of the garbage can. And once again, when I made this story on TikTok, people were like, well, I clean the inside of my garbage can. Don't defend that shit. And honestly, the garbage wasn't that dirty to begin with. Either way, it was weird. I don't care. It was weird. And everyone else noticed and said it was weird. So I'm not the only one. So you better agree with me. Because I said so. So we weren't complaining about that, mind you. We weren't complaining about it. We weren't being mean. It was just observation. You know, that's something I've never seen anybody do before in jail. You know, it was noted, but we didn't say shit. 5 minutes later, I shit you not, she's shoving paper towel. She's getting paper towel wet. Or toilet paper. We didn't have paper towel. Toilet paper. She's getting toilet paper wet, right? And like sticking it into the shower drain. To cover the shower drain. That's very strange. So we were like, hey, what are you doing? And she said she needs to cover the shower drain because the voices are too loud. Come again? What voices are you talking about? Because I haven't heard a damn thing. The voices are too loud? The voices from the drain? You gotta go. No, respectfully, you gotta go. Because I don't know what that means. But you gotta go. You can't be sleeping next to me. No, ma'am. So she's hearing voices, and me and my girls are talking like, okay, what's the dealio? This might be a good time to mention, clearly, she's mentally ill. And I'm a mentally ill baddie, too, so don't get me wrong. I would never be disrespectful or rude or bully anybody. I think The cherry on top was when she was pacing around the pod chanting death and carnage. At the time, I didn't know what the fuck carnage meant, and I don't think I needed to know. I got the context, baby. I got it. Death. To who? And you mean to tell me you think she's about to sleep next to me in an open space in a few hours from now? No. No, ma'am. Because we got her the fuck up out of there. She was chanting death and carnage. Nope, that done did it. Me and my girls got together. Oh, no, I forgot to tell you. I can't remember if it was the first day or the second day. It really don't matter the timeline. During this period of time, before the death and carnage situation, that's for sure, she had a court hearing, a visit with a lawyer. I don't know, but she was gone. And we dug through her fucking paperwork. Yeah, we did, because she didn't tell us what she was in there for. And that's weird. That's weird. I don't know who you are, where you've been locked up at, or who you've been locked up with. Bitch, that shit is suspicious. Every other person that came up in that cell had no problem. Either, usually when you're in jail with people, they tell you what they're in there for on their own accord. Because they're upset about it. They're mad. They want to rant. They want to talk about it. When people don't want to talk about what they're in there for, or they blow off your question when you ask them what they're in there for, because what's it to you to say, oh, bitch, I was drunk driving, bitch, I fought somebody. Like, typically, if you have an issue with saying your charges when you're locked up, you're a fucking pedophile, you're a fucking murderer. At some point in time while she was gone, we looked through her paperwork because she was being sketchy about telling us what she was in there for, and it is what it is. Court paperwork is really hard to read, especially if you're, like, if you've never been to jail before, you're gonna be so confused. I was confused. I couldn't read shit on that fucking paperwork other than some type of harassment, some type of breaking a restraining order, bail jumping. No, you gotta go. That's a dangerous individual. I don't care what you got going on. I don't care what you got. This is how you know I'm a fucking hypocrite. Annabelle, you have the same charges. Not at the time, but now, currently, as an adult. Like, I I did that, but after looking at her paperwork, I think that's probably when we were the most like, okay, this bitch gotta go. That's what really solidified it. But the cherry on top, like, the last thing she had the opportunity to do was that death and carnage shit. Immediately after. Okay, we're back and we're on the right timeline again, you guys. We're in the right dimension. Sorry, I had to, like, I don't want y'all to miss any information. Usually I have notes for my videos. I'm raw dogging it today, y'all. I hope this video is funny. Don't really care. All of us other girls sat at the table together, conspiring on how we were going to handle that. Because you got to leave one way or another, respectfully. So, I don't know if one of my bitches was watching a TV show or, you know, she's done some hard time or what. But she was like, we're going to kite that bitch the fuck out. That's what we're going to do. So she gets the fuck up with a quickness and goes and rings the intercom. Because that's how we communicate and tell them, like, if there's an emergency or we need pads or something, you know. So she's ding-dong, fucking ding-dong, ringing the fucking doorbell. When they answer, she lets them know, I'm going to need about 7 of them slips. ASAP. One for everyone in this pod except for that bitch. They drop them slips off faster than they drop our meals off. Like, they usually take forever to get you anything in jail, but they must have thought we were about to file a grievance. It's only funny to other people that have been in jail. Sorry. Get our slips right away. Fill them bitches out. And we basically just say everything she's been doing. She's freaking us the fuck out. She needs to be in the mental health unit upstairs because they have a whole pod for mentally ill people and like or disabled people, like people in a wheelchair and stuff, like, and just severe mental illnesses. Not like, oh, depression, anxiety. You're not gonna get secluded. It's for people. It's basically for their own protection. And I think they have like a skylight up there, which is really nice. And they get their own cells. They sleep in their own cells by themselves. Like, Literally, she should not be sleeping with people. I just wanted to clarify that it wasn't like a punishment. You just gotta get away. You gotta go. Gotta go. That's it. That's all. Love and respect. So, we wrote our notes and fucking piled them bitches on one by one, sent them through, and within 15-20 minutes, she was packing her shit up. Here's the thing. When you get to jail, you get like a little mental health assessment. It's not long, it's not detailed, it's not probably good, but like they ask you like, are you good? I guess she thought she was good. No, I don't think so. So yeah, she went to the mental health cottage and we never heard about her again. She was a cranky old one, for real. But I hope she got the help she needed. She really should have been on some type of medication. I don't know if she, heard voices because she was suffering from schizophrenia or what. And, maybe that's what caused her to commit the crime she committed. Maybe somebody, because I think she, put her hands on somebody, domestic violence or something. Maybe they pushed her to that point. We don't know. We don't know what happened. I'm not going to assume what happened. All I know is I didn't feel safe. Nobody else felt safe. And keep in mind, once again, I don't know if I mentioned this, I was 17 in adult jail. All those other women, I was the youngest in there. Nobody was really in their 20s except for this one girl was 26. That was my big sister. She taught me how to do my eyebrows. Everyone else was a mom or a grandma. You know what I'm saying? So if I felt scared, that's the one thing. But they felt scared too. Those are grown ass women. No, none of us felt safe. She was doing some weird shit. And regardless, her charges, she was there for harassing people and all types of shit. We don't want the smoke. That's pretty much all that happened. It was crazy. Not the craziest thing I've seen in jail. But definitely at the top of the list. I'll leave you with that. Yeah. I feel like the story time isn't that funny. Because this lady was really, she was fighting demons for real. But we did what was best for everybody in the situation. Maybe not in the nicest way, but what's a girl to say? That's all I got, you guys. It's really all I got. I hope you enjoyed. At the bare minimum, have a great day. I'm so tired.